Hello everyone, we are back with another Digitakt MK2 video because I'm absolutely loving this device at the moment. The slicing update for me has just completely changed how fun it is to use. It's taken away a lot of the sort of roadblocks I would run into and the frustrations I had with the limitations of the device. And yeah, it's just an absolute beast. So once again, big shout out to Electron for this awesome update. And today I'm doing something a little bit differently. But something I love to do when I'm maybe lacking a little bit of inspiration, or when I have a limited amount of time for a production session and I want to make it really productive and give myself the best chance of having a really good kind of jam. My favourite thing to do is to make a custom playlist of samples, and these can be obviously from sample packs or from your own collection of record shops and things like that. And I give a lot of this stuff out on Patreon. As well as having lots of my own sample packs on my website. But another really good place, especially if you want to do something for free, is to go and dive into all of these old sample CDs. And I think it's an old sampler called the Yamaha SU200. And I don't have one, but the sample CD from it is actually really dope. And I've got it here on Audio Finder. I couldn't even tell you where I got this one from. So you might have to scourge the internet and Reddit to see if there's a link somewhere. But it's basically one of these kind of classic old things where you have none of the names of any of the samples, but they're all chops from old records and just sort of all over the place. And what I've done is made a playlist of about 80 samples here.
When the effect came, it was almost unnoticed, because it happened to such a small and insignificant form of life.
A new life awaits you in the off-world colonies.
Mission control.
I kind of just went through them all, finding all the best sounds from this sample CD, and then I've loaded them into folders into the Digitakt. And the last thing that's really important is also to get everything set up on the Digitakt, so you don't have to kind of stop every time you move to a new track and like slice something up or put lots of effects in. I've actually gone and made kind of how you would on the old hardware samplers again. I've just set myself up with like a full template of all of these sounds filled, and some of them already processed a bit, ready to go. So I'll take you through it a little bit because it's kind of cool. Maybe we'll do this bottom row is all of my samples. So if I just start here, some of these are really classic. 90s sounds you'll recognise. This one especially. I think this is like a mouldy and Lucinda or Lucida song. I really recognise that chord, but I think that can be cool to use. I've created some kind of bird style effects here. This is using sample tuning, I think, mostly, and modulating filter frequency, a bit of side to side on the like a tremolo on the amp volume. And then this is cool because this is actually a bit of a strum, but at the end of it is quite a nice keys sound, which I think I can play melodies with, but it's got a bit more texture, especially if I roll it. I can like bring in a bit of that kind of click noise if I want to. Some weird kind of looping vocal thing there. More effects, and then I have a bass noise, which I've already looped up. So the bass is ready to go, and then the last one, I'm just going to fill this, I think, as I go. It's just got an effect in at the moment. And then for the top line, I've basically just gone and chopped up. I've got 3 breaks here, which are kind of ready to go. So if I just show you. Like I've sliced up all of the individual hits of these breaks for all of these tracks. I think I did 4 tracks and this big percussion one here as well. So it does take a minute. And then I have created this kind of effect. So some drum effects, always just like looping. And then this is doing some modulation to the bit rate. So this is a cool one. And then my favorite effect is almost always to tune, just mess with tuning with different sort of LFOs and loop points. Then I have a crash and like a ride loop at the end. And the most important thing here is I have been thinking about filling out the different elements, and I was talking about this on a Patreon post this week about you know, how to finish more tracks. And one of the biggest questions is, what do I add next? Or, you know, when you're making a tune and you get stuck, you're like, where do I go from this point and how do I progress this song? And actually one of the biggest things and factors is just having the different ingredients that make up the style of music you're making. And so having effects and bass and drum breaks and some chords and potentially some melody and key stuff, I've filled out a lot of the different categories that make up like a classic 90s jungle tune. And so I'm often thinking about that as I'm preparing sounds in this way. I'm trying to sort of give myself enough ingredients to basically make a full track. So that's the kind of premise of this project, and I've really set myself up for success. So I hope this 2-hour session goes well. And yeah, let's get rolling with the video and see what I can come up with. And these are like a shuffle. So this could be maybe if I shorten these. So maybe we can pitch this break up. Just get it sound a little bit more like drum and bassy. Okay, so I think I've got this drum, just the basic pattern down. That actually rolls on pretty nicely. I have this ride I could try and put back in now. Yeah, it wants every ding, ding, ding. Yeah, okay. Let's try and get another break going, and then they might all just start sort of adding up. Gotta find that first kick. It's only got a kick with that sort of thing on it. Oh, there's a kick. Got a nice it's got good shuffles and okay, so maybe we have it real skippy up there. This movement is nice like this. Might be able to like swap between the two. that goes a bit better with the ride, this brake. Maybe these ones delay right at the end. And it wants like a dum. Cool. Maybe we do like a more metalheadsy style where it goes. Paste like this. These snares are not quite right, but that might be the... This could be a filtered brake, maybe? Got one more, which is more of a percussion. Hey. So those are working really cool. Cool, percussion, break in. We've got 4 breaks and a percussion loop. They're really awesome at the same time. So what my plan, maybe we'll just use this with a long, really long trigger of like 64, and then I'll do some manual, oh, I've got to delete all of these now. Because there's no ping pong loop in the Digitakt, the only way to do it is to come in here, hold function on a trig, and then make it reverse, and I can copy that trig. And maybe it even wanted to be the other way. So we have this one's reverse, this one's forwards. Oh, that was actually kind of awesome. Now I wonder if I can go 1, 2, 3 down. That's a little bit more in key, maybe. That's better. 1, 2, 3 up. and this one probably does want to have a reverse. So the playback goes forwards again. No. And it's getting a little bit repetitive, this pattern, which is making me feel like right at this early stage, reverse, like a reverse. That's cool. Maybe on this whole track as well, we just have some filter modulation in general. Just to keep things just a bit... Below. Let's do a cool dotted. So like, here, and then they all have to get lower every time. Something like that, isn't it? I can change it for the track potentially and make them a little bit longer. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. I guess the one thing about this is hold on. This bass noise is it's more like a sine, so I can use it pitched up like this without any of that. When you overcomplicate things too much that you start to get lost, but actually with all the like movement sounds kind of better. Maybe that's a little bit of a heavy note. Like that. And this one is a bit loud. Okay. It's like a building section, isn't it? So maybe too much bass is the problem. I've come from this original idea, which is sounding really good, and I had this attempt at a which is sounding kind of cool for like just an experimental bit, but I'm just going to keep copying this pattern around and trying to find just a better idea to move to the next one, because I feel that one was a little bit of a miss. And just bass drums here, it's sounding pretty cool. And I could do like a real dubbed out bit. And make like a stab from this chord. I think it's got a bit too much of that one. Maybe in reverse. That's kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Okay, let's try that. Got some good ideas happening now. This is a bit more like a Marcus Intellect style, like. But it's a very simple. It's a better idea. I could probably. into the king of sound. This will be really cool if it goes. Hold on. That's what I want it to do. Yeah. Okay, so now we have the... Just takes a bit of messing sometimes. You feel like you've lost the where you need to go, and then you kind of find something cool eventually. So this will just like drop out fully. No bass. Melodies. Nice. So I have a really good idea here now, I think, definitely the start of one, and I've had a 2-hour session today, so I'm going to come back tomorrow and carry this on and probably chop this video up into maybe 1 or 2 parts, and actually try and push this tune all the way to the finished track, because like lots of other people on YouTube, when you've got to sort of edit and do all the rest of the video making, the production process sometimes takes a bit of a backseat and you just film this initial period. I feel way too many of us on YouTube do that, and it's really important for me to finish, practice finishing tunes and to show this process. So I'll come back, maybe even tomorrow or the next day, and keep working on this tune and see how far I can push it, and maybe even eventually bring it into Logic and mix it in there and just really show the whole process of starting a track on the Digitakt and then finishing it, and potentially even releasing it. So that would be really cool. And yeah, I'll catch you soon in the next one. Peace.